in a hurry because I have plans for PhD also. I have plans for PhD also, MPhil also. So it was important for me to get JRF. So after 1 year of teaching, and in 1 year also, I was always, I have given all the net exam. I'm getting net again and again and again. But then I was missing few points for JRF. So I thought, for JRF, ke liye I will have to prepare separately. I will have to take breaks from work, and also I also tried preparing in between my job, but then I couldn't do that because I was not someone who is like could sit a long time. I was not someone who was very very dedicated to that. I would say like that. But then after, in between, I've given, I won't say in the, like, I'm a 2020 pass out. Abhi, I got into MPhil in 2022. That's two years. It is a huge gap for me. So first year I was in college teaching, but then at that time also I was like preparing in between. Means I'll be going before each net exam. I'll be going through it before giving MPhil exam. I'll be just reading here and there, but then I couldn't clear through it. So I understand it was like, no, I can't do like this. I can't do like this. I wouldn't clear exams just by doing here and there preparation. So in 2020, at the end of 2021, I decided to quit my job. Last December, May, I quit my job. And I was like, seriously, I'll clear my JRF. In this turn, I'll clear my JRF. Mainly in my honestly saying, it was JRF only. So preparing for JRF was my main concern. Then, so here I won't be talking about just my MPhil journey. It will be both my preparation for JRF and MPhil. That is how I end up in MPhil exactly. So when Abhi, I'll go through the that is my personal story. Abhi, though, I'll just go through the your questions you have asked. So uh, preparation strategies. One thing is that preparation strategies. Am I clear? Is it okay the way I proceed?
I think
Yes,
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 Arwa.
yes.
Yeah. Okay then. So my preparation strategies, time taken for preparation when you join the coaching classes, etc. That is the first question. So for NIMHANS, I'll say that last year in 2021, I've given exams for CIP, NIMHANS, and then IMHANS also. IMHANS also I've given. CIP in 2021, in for CIP, I cleared the exam. I went to the interview, but then I couldn't clear the interview. So I can say, like, here are questions about how to attend, what is interviews are like. So I could only share my CIP ka interview experience, and also uh, I gave my NIMHANS. I was not near the qualification. My marks, my cutoffs. I was not near the cutoffs, and also IMHANS also I've given last year, but I couldn't clear. And this year, what I did was, I won't say I was never in touch with net. I was always, before every net exam, I was someone who goes through the whole syllabus just because I have things I have written, I have notes, I've prepared from my, preparation for my uh, PG exams, and I have all those notes. So I'll be going through all those things, and I was doing. But then I understand that is not enough, and this year, I've given my 2022 ka, I've given my CIP. I was not in, I was not even in the interview list. I don't know why. Because then that's when I realized, preparation wise, I am, that sort of, decline your confidence. That's when I realized, preparation wise, I am very behind. So I have to do something, you know, serious about it. So for NIMHANS, what I did was, uh, I was, I told you that I was already preparing for JRF. So there are questions like, practicing questions. So What I did was I went through the previous year question papers of NETCA, whole previous year question papers. So when you go through the syllabus of MPhil, you could understand one thing, which is that it is syllabus is much related to MPhil. In most of the institutes, they are saying the syllabus is NETCA syllabus only. So you could understand that. So I thought the best way to focus on which topic, what topic is to go through the whole net syllabus. So I went through all the net syllabus. Syllabus, though I was familiar with it because I was giving net exam for like 2 years now, so I was very familiar with the syllabus. For someone who is starting a B, like someone who don't have any experience with net exam and just giving it for the first time, or just giving MPhil exam for the first time, it is very important to familiarize the syllabus. For some MPhil also, it is very important to familiarize with the syllabus of NET, which is the first step I think. So I was already familiar with the NETCA syllabus, so I went through it. I studied through it, and I made notes on it. And once you are done with this, I'm familiar with all this syllabus, and I have you know materials. It is not important you should have notes only. Abhi, you have many online coaching centers, so you could get materials. So once you are done, once you have all the materials, all the content, now it is important to read it and study it. And also, once you read all this syllabus, you will be confused on what to do now, so what I understood is, what helped me, I think, is I went through the previous year question paper. So previous year question paper, what I could remember is that I had a PDF of previous year, all NETCA PDF, previous year question papers. So I got a printout of it and I started doing it. So what I remember is 2013 tak I done, and I left two or three question papers. So my previous year question paper doing was like, I had a partner. uh, so every day, this is after my resignation of my job. So every day what we do is that she was also preparing for JRF. So every day we'll just sit in the morning, and first I'll do one question paper, and then we will discuss. So I've seen in Rufa's WhatsApp group also, people posting questions and they are discussing it. So it was not in a group; it was one to one, just two of us. So we'll be first we'll be doing the question paper, then we'll discuss. So when we are discussing, what we have done is that we'll just go through the each and every question, its answer, and how we can reach to that answer, and also all the other option also important. So basically there'll be four options, and the other three options are also important. So we'll just explore through that other three options, what are they about, so that you get more knowledge. There will be things which you don't know. So that is how I prepared. So I've done that for many days I've done that, and I almost completed all question papers. But then there will be also days, it is not that every day you are sitting and you are doing. Every day you are studying, but then there will be days like 2 days you will be studying, and 2 days maybe you won't feel like studying. But then having a partner is very uh, useful that way, because she'll be calling and she'll be motivating me, and I'll be calling her sometimes, let's do this, so that way it helped me, like yeah, I like we were motivating each other. So that is how I did that, preparing for so I was focusing on JRF only that way. I was like, I had seriously say, I had no other idea. I was like, how could, like, if you're going through each and every topic, and there will obviously there will be in your mind, Yeah, I'm studying cognitive psychology, so I should go through the Sternberg whole cognitive psychology, and I'm statistics. I will go in, so I will go to Aranka whole statistics a textbook. So it is not possible that way. There's I'm sure that everyone will have a different preparation strategies. Everyone have a different learning strategy. So it will be different for everyone, and some people could sit for hours and study, and some people couldn't sit for hours and studies. But then I was someone I couldn't sit for hours and study. I need breaks in between. So that's what I meant by everyone have a different strategy. So the best way is to know and experiment and know which strategy is very important, which strategy is suitable for you. Okay, so what I was saying is that so you will have this all these things in mind, because you have a lot of information from everywhere. You'll ask your colleagues, or you will ask the students who have qualified this entrance exam. How did you prepare? How did you prepare? What was your strategy? And some people will say, I've gone through all these textbooks and all. Then you get worried. Okay, so I will also have to go through all those textbooks in order to get through the exam. So all those things will be.
സൗണ്ട് കുറവാണെന്തോ.
Hello, am I audible?
കുറവാണ് സൗണ്ട്.
Are you? So all this, Abhi, it was not clear.
Yeah, it's clear.
Okay, okay, okay. So you will have all these things in your mind, but then I don't think so that anyone could go through all these textbooks. Yeah, if you have 1 year in front of you, maybe you could go through it. But then for me, it was just 6 months. So in 6 months, it was not possible for me to go through all those textbooks and all. So I preferred previous year question papers. Uh, so so what I was telling is that and especially in December May I started my preparation, and January February May in between also. uh, I know that there are some weak areas for me. Like for me, statistics and research was, so knowing your weak area is also important. So for me, it was statistics and research methodology, psychological testing, and biological psychology. These three areas are weak, and also personality. And what I realized is that going through the previous year question papers for MPhil clinical psychology, all these areas are very important. So, so you'll understand when you enter to a clinic, what you are doing is all psychotherapy. It is important. Psychotherapy, it is important, or and research is important, assessment is important. So in exams also, I thought I should give more importance to this topic, and also these areas are very weak for me. So I'll say that in between doing the previous year question papers, I was also going through some textbook. For me, it was important for me uh, to be thorough with biological psychology. So I went through penal ka biopsychology textbook, because I went through certain topics in the penal biopsychology, and I prepared notes on that. Apart from my net exams ka materials and all, and also research methodology ko bhi, I've studied AK Singh. I preferred. I know some people don't prefer it, but then I preferred AK Singh. Statistics, Aaron ki statistics. I went through it, and Goodwin ka research, and psychotherapy. For psychotherapy, it was very important for me to have psychotherapy knowledge, because I was not very clear with the therapy theories and all. So I went through many many psychotherapy textbooks, and I was preparing notes from all of it. Each therapy, I'll take one therapy, and I went through all the textbooks, because I thought like it is very important for me to know each and every psychotherapy. So I'll say that I did a little more effort on all these topics, because I thought it is very important for MPhil clinical psychology. For net exam, it will be like everything you have equal importance. But as you know the nature of the course of MPhil, so I thought I should give more importance to psychotherapy, assessment, and statistics. I thought, and also as I was preparing for NIMHANS, what I did, one thing I did, and I actually think it benefit me for the exam was that I was not very I was not very clear about assessments, all psychological assessment. I was very bad at it. So what I did was I went through the NIMHANS MPhil clinical psychology syllabus. I went through their syllabus and I noted down each and every assessment they have for their MPhil clinical psychology course. And actually, I went through each one of it and I prepared a note and I studied that because I had a little knowledge about assessment. So there are, but then when you are saying that, for next exam also you will be having psychological assessment testing का एक area होगी, so you will be studying some of the tests there. But then I thought, when I went through the syllabus, I understand there are some tests which you don't give much importance. So what I did was I went through everything, and going in detail about assessment is very important. That's what I understood. So studying detail about assessment is very important, and it will be different. For example, for me, I did my post graduation in Jamia. In Jamia, in our PG syllabus, psychological assessment does not have much importance. For my PG, I did only three assessments. I did only three assessment. First year में three assessment and second year में three assessment. I did only two. Okay, you can get the NIMHANS entrance exams. Entrance exams की syllabus नहीं होगी. MPhil का syllabus you will get from the website. Okay, so I was not familiar, and I've seen people in universities. Some universities they have a good amount of assessment they do in their PG, but then mine was different. So my knowledge was less in that. So what I did was I went through this. I and detailed study, not just what this test is used for and all. I did a detailed study on all the tests which is there in the MPhil clinical psychology syllabus of NIMHANS, and I think that helped me in the exam. So that was very important for me. So um, before so that's what I did. That's what I did in a whole. That's what I could say. So for preparation, what's that I did, and revision is also important. So previously, what I was doing was I'll be writing everything. I'll have everything with me. Uh, no, I don't think so that you will have previous exam MPhil question papers. I don't think so that not every institution provide it. I think IMHANS provide it, but I don't know about other institutions. So, so what I was saying is, uh, so the problem with previously the problem with me was I have everything with me. I have all materials, I have all these notes with me. So each and every time I'll be going for something new. Okay, I have this, I mean, I don't have this, so I'll prepare notes on that. So what I realized this time is that uh, rather than preparing or making new notes and all, I should study what I have. I should revise what I have. I never did that. I just revise, just before exam, and I felt that it is not enough. So what I did that, was this time before exam, I revised at least three times. So I was like revising, what I have already written. And also when you go through if you have previous experience with writing NIMHANS exam, so the thing will be like, most of the questions will be basic. You'll feel like the exams are very easy, I did it well. But then when the result comes, you'll be like, the top the top mark will be like 90 and 91. So that means the exam will be pretty much easy, but then who scores most in that will be selected for the it will there will be in the list. So uh, For NIMHANS, I would say studying the basic psychology is very important. And also being thorough with basic psychology is very important. So, for all, uh, so and CIP Ranji also I did. In CIP Ranji also, it is the basic questions. So basic psychology concepts, basic matlab, but you have studied it, your PG, UG and PG. That is very important. So, and also there are specific areas. Uh, so being thorough with the basic psychology is very important. Also, then you have to focus on these important areas. That is where you get through the exam. That is what I understood. Okay. Yeah. So before exam, before like I've seen questions on what you are doing on the few weeks before exam. So few weeks before exam, like mean 2 to 3 weeks before exam, I was not doing, I was not preparing anything new. I was just preparing I was just revising the notes I had, and also I was revising the previous year question papers. I was going through previous year question papers again, and I was going through the explanation I have written about on each and every question. So some I have already forgotten, so I was revising that, and also I was going through netka previous year question papers, and I've said you some questions, like some books I have prepared notes. I was just revising it. So revising is very important. That's why that's what I understood, which most of us I understand. I think most of us skip that part, revision ka part. So that is it. Abhi, I'll just go through the questions, and if I just missed something or not, I'll just see. So my journey to name hands, I've said. Preparation strategies I used. Is it clear? Preparation strategies used. If do you have any doubt on preparation strategy, you can ask Abhi. Abhi, it will be like interactive session. You will be asking some questions. I'll be replying. Abhi, it will go like that.
Hi,
Okay. Mm.
hi, ma'am. Actually, from where we could get the previous year net questions?
I think it's available online, and also I think some institutes are providing it. It's
Okay.
available online actually.
Okay.
Yeah. Can you share the list of books that you use to refer specific topics? Okay. Uh, okay, tell you a list of books which is good for each and every topic. But then it's not by hearing this, please don't think that no, I should go through each and every of this book and prepare notes. There is nothing like that. But then it is helpful for you. So I'll say biopsychology, Penal and Barnes, biopsychology. Then there is Guyton and Hall textbook of medical physiology. Uh, okay. Statistics, Arthur Aaron. Then A.K. Singh, test measurement and research method in statistics. Introduction, you can refer to Cicerelli, Morgan and King. Whiten's themes and variation. Research, are you following? Hello?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yes, okay. Research, Goodwin's research in psychology. Cognitive psychology. Uh, yeah, I will someone from Rufa will update the list. Cognitive psychologist Sternberg, social Baron, and then I went through NIMHANS ka, MPhil syllabus, which is and especially for psychological assessment. Developmental psychology, Sandrock, lifespan development. Psychotherapy, I actually went through Sharp's theories of psychotherapy and counseling. And then there is Somers counseling and psychotherapy theories. And there is Gerald Corey theory and practice of counseling and psychotherapy. Sharp, Somers, and Gerald Corey. So all these three books. Okay. And Abhi, someone was asking me about interview. I know for some institutes there are interview, like for enhance there is interview. And then for CIP Ranchi, there is interview. For NIMHANS, you don't have interview. You just you just get selected as per the merit. So, so for so what I need to tell about what I understood about interview is that I just give CIP Ranji interview, and I have spoken to many of my friends who have given other institutes ka interview. So what I understood about interview is that I think what I understood is that interviews are not the they don't give they don't the institute they don't give much importance to interview. It is actually how much you score on the entrance exam. So interview does not add much to your selection. It is more of uh, how much you scored in the exam. Because spoke to one of my friend who have cleared CIP Ranji this time. So last year also he was there to give interview. So last year I also gave the interview. So last year I asked him, I asked him the difference, and he was saying, last year I thought I've given my best in the interview. I've performed a very well in the interview, and I thought I would get through it. But then he didn't get through it. But then this year he was saying, I didn't perform very well in interview. I was very sure at the end of the interview I wouldn't get through it, but then he got selected. So he was saying it would be based on the our performance in the entrance exam. So an interview, yeah, there is importance for interview in IMHANS and all, but then also when you go through the selected list, you will say people in the top will be selected also for the final list. So I think you don't have to worry about interview. Just face it when it comes, because you've already been preparing long enough for your exam. So that knowledge is enough for you to perform in the interview. You don't have to prepare separately for interview. That's what I understood. Okay. And in and each and every institute's interview is different. What I understood about CIP was, my interview experience was, they'll be asking about which area you're interested. So you'll say some area, they'll ask few questions about its area, and then they'll show you some test, and they'll ask you about some test. So it will be simple. And what I understood from that is that I thought, that interview is not enough for them to assess you whether you are qualified for this or you are not qualified for this. So it is basically the your performance in the entrance exam. That is what I understood. Okay. Anything else? Yeah. Did I skip some questions here? Because I didn't, give attention to the questions written here. And also, so how much I took for the preparation. That is one. What is and also strategy for negative marking for NIMHANS. So for the strategy for negative marking for the NIMHANS is, what I would say is that just take risk. That is the only strategy. Just take risk and attempt the questions. That is what I did. Because when I went through the question paper, there are hell lot of questions, and which I don't know the correct answer. So if I am writing only the questions I know the correct answers, then I would never qualify the exam. So what I did was that I took risk of attempting most of the questions. So what I remember is that I attempted 97, 96 questions. Uh, yeah. So just take risk. That is the
And
only thing I have to tell you. Yes.
ma'am, which book you are suggesting for net preparation from your
There are no
experience?
particular I won't suggest any particular book. Just that, just go through the syllabus. Just go through the syllabus, and just try to get materials. Just try to get a consolidated materials from any institution, or or just that is what I did, or any online courses. Or else you could go, Abhi, I have given you a set of textbooks name, right? For each and every topic. The same not textbook I would refer. It's the same set textbook. So
Thank
for
you, ma'am.
MPhil and net, it is the same. Okay. 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 And someone was asking me, yeah, what is the difference between MPhil syllabus exams of NIMHANS? I think I I think it is pretty much the same because after giving both of the exams, I felt like yeah, exam was easy. But then there will be some questions which is difficult. But then generally people say exam was easy because it will be in their mind. I know some answers. I know some answers, so it was easy. But then there will be certain questions which is difficult, and there will be negative marking also. So there is no much difference in NIMHANS and CIP exam. That's what I understand. Okay. Yes. Can you please repeat any questions? Hello. Can you please repeat any questions?
If anyone have
I
any queries, please feel free to ask. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Please repeat the questions you have written here because I haven't paid attention. Maybe I have missed something. Okay. Someone asked me how long I prepared for the exam. See, I won't say that I only prepared for 6 months because after my PG, even though I was working, this thing was there in my mind. Getting JRF or getting through any full exam. This thing was always there in my mind. So in between my work, see the thing was I couldn't balance my academics and then my work. So after work, I'll be just after coming back from college, so I won't have much energy to again sit and study. So that was the thing. That's why I resigned the job. But then this thing was always there in my mind. So in some Sundays and all, I used to prepare. I used to read something. But then I resigned and I quit my job and then I started preparing only for 6 months. And that 6 months also, I won't say that every day I was preparing, but then I was preparing. And okay, um, and also I've given Hiba's exam. I've given Hiba's exam, so it was very difficult. Hiba's questions were very difficult, and also IMHANS this year question papers. I felt it is easy comparing to last year. That's what my friend said because last year I didn't give the exam. Uh, but then also I didn't qualify for enhance. So it is what I believe is that there is also in some sort of luck factor in this. So it will be like if you are meant to be in some institutes, even though yeah, if you are meant to be in some institute, you will be there. So it was not like uh, enhance and CIP. I think yeah, I didn't prepare much as NIMHANS because NIMHANS came first in this year. CIP ka time pe I was not preparing that much. But then if you are meant to be in some institute, I think you will be the and luck is a factor. That is uh, what I believe. Hibas was difficult in what way? Matlab, for me, there were many questions in for Hibas exam uh, which I found, I don't know from where did this questions came. That was that level difficulty for me. I didn't know from where they are asking all these questions. Okay. Ah, okay. Okay. There are some queries I'll say about NIMHANS. So some people were asking about the fees and all in the NIMHANS, and someone will be asking for JRF and so for MPhil, what in NIMHANS is that you have a 25,000 stipend each month. You'll get and also if you're going for the list mein, there is different reservation. There are reservation obviously for OBC, SC, and there are some seats reserved for Karnataka domicile, and there are some seats reserved for external fellowship. So people who are applying for external fellowship already be uh, should be qualified JRF, so they could get through external fellowship. And if you're applying in normal also, institute stipendary also, and if you have JRF, after entering the course, you could then continue with your JRF. So institute stipendary, it is 25,000 per month. And also, yeah, someone was asking me about fees here. So hostel may we have like 2,000 rupees mess fee, which is very less, and then hostel fee, yeah, that is all. You just have 2,000. Yes.
That was just background noise.
Okay, okay. 2,000, 2,000 mess fee. Okay. Then what is the faculty supporting MPhil course? I don't know. When you should start applying for MPhil exam, you should start you should start applying whenever it comes. Abhi, I think CIP, if you are taking 1 year, CIP exams will come first. February May, they'll call. Then I think NIMHANS will come. June, March, April, NIMHANS. And then I think Hebas generally comes in August. And then MHANS is actually, little late. So you should, keep up with the update. That is the only way. Okay. Then is 1 year preparation enough for the enhanced exam or coaching compulsory for passing exam? I won't say coaching is compulsory for passing exam, and there are some people who takes coaching because as I said, everyone have a different way of studying. For some people, it is very important to have a push, someone to push them from back to prepare for anything, and also some to be aware about the competition around you, around them to to pursue something. So it depends on what kind of personality you are. So if you are that kind of person that you are someone who need constant reminders on yeah, abhi exam is coming, you have to prepare, and you need some competition around you. For that such people, I think it would be better to join in any coaching. But then if you are confident, if you are like I could without any people around me talking about it or preparing about it, about preparing for that, I could just each and every day I could just open my book and I could study. So it depends on your, it depends on your personality, what kind of learning you do, what kind of, you're comfortable on that. So there are people who did not go for any coaching and, pass the exam. So it is, how much knowledge you make, how much you practice and all. Okay. So that is it. Um, so it depends on institutes. Like there is a question like, you should qualify the, PG exam. So there are some institute who demand the full proper original certificates to join the course. There are some institute like that. But then here in NIMHANS, you should pass your fourth semester exam, PG exam. But then it is okay if you don't have the original certificate also. They should be, they will ensure that you have a confidential mark sheet, like confidential uh, result of your fourth semester exam given by the university as per your special request. So it is not important you should have, I should have uh, all my certificates all. So if you are appeared for the exam, then you could join, and if you are confident that I will pass, then you could join for the course. Yes, someone was raising your hand. Okay. What preparation for the interview is faculty, the approach preparation with important areas of preparation I covered. Yeah, someone was asking about the language. What about the language? Will it be a barrier for the communication with the patients here? So, so yeah, language is actually a barrier here. But the thing is that uh, they are giving 6 to 7 seat to Karnataka domicile. This time they have increased the seat because they need Kannada people here. So in units and all, they will be obviously the Kannada people will get more cases because they could speak in Kannada, but then there are enough cases here that there are for someone from Kerala or and someone who knows Hindi and all. If you are knowing Hindi, English, and any for me, I know I can speak Hindi, English, and Malayalam. So that is enough because this is in NIMHANS and there are plenty of cases coming here. So even though you just know one language, your regional language, Malayalam, or you just know Hindi, or you just know English, you will get cases. You will get enough cases. Okay. So they will be allowing you cases based on which language you speak. Okay. So that is it. Will it be bad? Okay. What about the fee structure also? I uh, yeah, in Malayalam also there are people in my batch who just speak Malayalam, and most of us could manage English. So we'll say I speak Malayalam and English, then you will get cases, and obviously they will ask us to study Kannada, within this 2 years. But then I think it is not possible. So if you even if you are just managing Malayalam or English, Tamil or English, Telugu or English, you will get enough cases because even though that is the number of cases coming to new hands, and there is still there is human resources less here. Then I did refer practicing questions regarding syllabus. Uh, Suggestion. Okay. Anything else you need to ask? You can ask Abhi. Any questions? Any queries?
Arwa,
Yes.
can I repeat the questions that have been asked so far so that you
Yes.
could check
Yeah.
whether you have missed any?
Okay. Okay.
Okay. How was your interview preparations? Could you
Yeah.
please suggest some tips those who are not have very well language proficiency?
Okay.
Does NIMHANS has interview for MPhil or it's just entrance
No.
exam?
Imhans. So you just say one by one. I will answer one by one. That is okay. Is that
Okay
okay?
then.
Okay.
Should I
First
start
question
from the
was
beginning? Yeah, okay.
yes.
How is your interview preparations?
See, I think I've explained that.
Yeah.
I haven't prepared for. Yeah. And I explained right. I explained that. Is that clear
Could you
for
please?
everyone?
Okay. Is everything clear for
Yes,
the
yes.
question? Yeah, okay.
Yes. Okay.
Then could you please suggest some tips those who are not have very well language proficiency?
So for what interview?
I think yes.
Yeah. Uh, Interview. I think so in interviews, language proficiency is important. I know, but then if you are, I think CIP के लिए you will have to be English or either uh, English or Hindi. And Imhans they don't have interview here. And Hibas I don't know. Hibas nahi. Imhans I think you could if you can't speak in English you could speak in Malayalam. So thing is that just try whatever. Just try to convince them. Just try to tell them whatever you know. Eh? And somehow if you are very good with the content, I think they will understand. That, she just have language problem, but then she is very good at content. So I think it is important for us to make our English. There should be constant effort from our part, to make our English conversation better and all. But then yeah, your knowledge, that is what it matters. That is what I believe. Okay.
Okay. The next question is, many recommend so many books which is difficult to go through. So do you
Yeah.
recommend any 2 to 3 books to focus upon while preparing?
Uh, yeah, that's what I said. There are many books you will go through, you'll come through, your friends will tell it is not possible. So I can't say 2 to 3 books. It is difficult. I would rather say you just go through the syllabus and get a consolidated material. I would rather say just get a book which have, there are many books online available, consolidated with syllabus and notes, like uh, books, preparation for net JRF. So books are available online, which which covers all the syllabus. So I think that will be better then, to get the materials rather than going through each and every book. Just buy one book which has uh, all the syllabus. You understand that? Arihant, Pearson, all these publications are releasing. They all have the Netka book. So I think I bought Arihant ka MPhil, like JRF Net book, and I think I went through it. Okay, next.
Okay. Then where can we get the syllabus of NIMHANS entrance exam?
It's in this. You could go through the website. I think it's there in the website. Otherwise, I could share also. I'll check my phone. I'll share.
Okay. Then where can we get the previous year question papers for MPhil exam?
I'm not sure it's available. Only for some institutes it's available. I don't think so. And rather than going through the previous year question paper, I think you should go through net exams ka previous year question paper. That is what I would suggest. I don't think so. It is available for many institutes. It's not available. Okay. Next. Is it
Then
available for enhanced exam, Hiba? I don't know. Enhanced
not
ka, is
sure.
it available?
Not sure.
Not sure. Okay. Just don't worry about it. MPhil ka previous year question paper is not important. Just make sure, I would say, rather than that, just make sure you have net ka previous year question paper. Okay, next.
Then from where could you get the? Oh, sorry. What was the strategy to answer questions to tackle negative marking?
That's, yeah, I answer that. Just take risk. Nothing
Okay.
else.
The MPhil program is discontinued for the more research-oriented undergraduate and master's degree. Then why we need to invest our time in MPhil in clinical psychology?
So I know that MPhil has taken, MPhil, but then still, to work as a clinical psychologist, you need RCI ka license. To work as a MPhil clinical psychologist, you need to do MPhil. So what I understand is that even though, because this year in NIMHANS ka prospectus mein, they said, the MPhil clinical psychology course may have a difference, the course ka name will have a change. Maybe nomenclature of the course will be changed. That means name will be changed, but then the course will never be taken away. So it is your interest. If you are interested, you could invest. It is your decision. If you want to invest, if you want a proper guidance in therapy and all, if you want to be a clinician after coming out, like if you want to be a clinician who had a proper guidance on therapy, who had, someone to teach you everything, then you could opt for it. It is your personal choice. That's what I understand. uh, is that
Okay.
clear, Hiba?
I think yes.
I was is Okay.
Then one more question. Can I attend the MPhil entrance exam without the result of final semester result of PG?
Yes, you should attend. I would say you should attend, because you don't know if you will be selected or not, and even if you are selected, then you could go for other ways, other you could you know inquire for other ways to get your results out. You could you could personally request your dean of your university or your HOD to get your result out. So that I said about the confidential result. Many university provide confidential result for students who have gotten into new institutes and all. So you should attend. Don't our results will not be out by then. Don't say that. Okay. So for NIMHANS you should attend. I don't know about other institutes, but then yeah, for NIMHANS you should. Yes, Hiba.
Okay, Arwa. Thank you so much,
Is that
Arwa.
is that is that it?
Uh,
Okay. Any
you
other
can clarify.
other queries? Which language is used to teach in NIMHANS? It is English. Yeah, I think they could ask a few more questions if they want. I don't know if I missed something. Other than hostel fees, yeah. Other than hostel fees, what is happening here is that, to be honest, we'll have 25,000 stipend, 2,000 rupees we'll be giving to mess fee, and then then you won't be having lunch here from the hostel because you will be in the hospital. For to have lunch and all, you will have to 2,000 or 3,000 per month. Other than depends on how much you okay. Nothing else. Nothing. There is no other spendings you have to do from your part for the course. Yes, yes. If Hiba, could you please read the questions that came, Abhi?
1 second. Abhi,
Yeah,
I can't find it.
yeah. Even I can't just go on. That's why I'm asking.
Ma'am, someone is asking like, is there any age limit for NET and JRF exams?
I think for JRF there is an age limit. Yes, yes, there is an age limit for JRF.
Not for MPhil,
32,
right?
32, 32, I think. MPhil, I don't think so. No,
Okay,
MPhil, no.
thank you.
Arwa, there's a question by
Mm-hmm.
Shruti.
Mm-hmm.
Ma'am, generally there is a thing that working in this clinical area is really very challenging and chance of getting emotional vulnerability and all. What do you think about this from your experiences? And also, what about the admission fee?
Okay. Admission fee for NIMHANS is 2,480, I think. Yeah, 2,400 something. That is it. And there are no other fees you have to give. That's not that. Okay. Yeah. See, uh, working in a clinical setups, it could be emotionally vulnerable for some people. So for that also, I think it is very important for you to, to have a, you should think like, whether this profession, obviously some people are, consciously not choosing to opt for clinical psychology after their PG because they think that because in PG and UG, you have exposure to internship and all. I think it is very important for you to have exposure to clinical setup, at least a 2 month internship. Just try to do that, so that you will get an exposure to clinical setup. You'll know how things works in clinical setup. Then you will understand whether I could be a person here and treat and see clients. So uh, I think before MPhil, you should ask yourself whether you could do this or not, or else you could you or else if you don't have any prior exposure to this and you still chose to uh, go for MPhil clinical psychology. And there are many of my friends or many of my seniors who are here who have done 2 year clinical psychology course and then not gone further with their career in clinical psychology. They are doing research, and then they are doing some other works, because in this 2 year also, this it is a place for you to understand whether you could go forward with this career. Okay. So I think throughout for I think end of your 30s, until your end of your 30s, I think there will be a career exploration. So just that case, just see it as a career exploration choice. For me, it is. So what I have told you is that I was going for, if I was not clearing any MPhil exam in 2022, I mean this NIMHANS exam, I was like, I'll go for PhD now. I was like searching for guides and all. So that was it. So Abhi, for me also this is an exploration. I was exploring if I could be in this in this area. And also I've done teaching. Last year I have teaching experience. I'm someone who is very comfortable in teaching, and I've done internship before, and I was very comfortable in that internship also. So it is that. Is that clear? Is that okay? The answer? Do you wanna specifically ask something again about it? And also I've seen people here, like, if you are I've seen people here, taking therapy. It is also okay for you to take therapy if you couldn't manage also. So therapy is not like, you have a problem, you go for therapy. It was not like that. You can go for therapy to avoid something to occur also. And if you feel like you're emotionally vulnerable, you can't stand it, then don't go for it. There are plenty of other options it's like in psychology, it's not just clinical psychology, it is an interdisciplinary field. You have pretty much other options. So you could go for that. You could go for it. Okay, Hiba, or anything else?
Yeah, one more question from the chat box by Sushmita Subramani.
Yes.
You said you were confused that you want to do MPhil or PhD. I'm facing the same confusion.
Yeah.
So how did you come out of this confusion?
No, I never come out of that confusion. I was preparing for both, and I cleared NIMHANS first, and I was like, okay, I'll go for NIMHANS. I was not clearing NIMHANS, I'll be going for PhD. So I was that soul. But then there are people who know it all. They are like, no, I don't want MPhil or I don't want PhD. So it's okay that you're confused. Just give it time. Don't think like, I lose 2 years of my life and all. Like, just give it a time. And yeah, if you are very confident, like, I need MPhil, then just give 1 more year for MPhil. If you are very confused, uh, I don't know, just go what comes first. That's what I did. This might be,
That's
this
nice.
might not be an answer, a satisfying answer, but then that's what I did, because there is so much of confusion and things going around. So I couldn't think for something else. That's what I did. First come first. Yeah, just go with the flow. That's better. That's better, I think. Don't think too much. Okay, then next. Anything other?
One more question by
Yes.
Fatima Tasmi. Is the entrance exam syllabus
Yes.
for NIMHANS?
Enhance. No, no. Just go through their MPhil syllabus and study that. MPhil clinical psychology syllabus and study. Not study everything, but then just go through the at least psychological assessment. Other things and all, you'll be studying that for net. So net exam preparation is very important. JRF exam preparation. It contribute a lot for your qualification in MPhil exam, because most of the institute MPhil exam ka syllabus is net exam syllabus itself. Yeah, what was that question, Hiba? I didn't know. I didn't. It is gone. A few questions
Which
came
one?
up now. A few questions came up now. What about campus?
Yeah.
Okay. Nimhan's campus is great. It is a great campus. And work here is. Do you want me to explain how things work here, Hiba?
They
What
also
is a day
wanted to
like
know
in
the life
NIMHANS?
that you have experienced in NIMHANS.
So life I'm experiencing in NIMHANS is that, see, you have a schedule here. Yeah, you have a schedule here. So it is now, it's just 2 weeks, so things are not that hectic. I've heard that things will be hectic after. So we have classes. Department may we will be having classes. Morning we have classes. Sometimes some morning we don't have. We have morning classes 8 o'clock and 9 by 9:30. Each and every day is different. Some days, see, you will be allowed to different units. All of us now, all of us are posted in adult psychiatry. So we have 5 to 6 people in one unit, MPhil trainees. So a unit will be like adult psychiatry, or any unit will be like, there will be there will be psychiatry, psychologists, psychiatric social workers, and empirical clinical psychologists, a consultant. So uh, we'll have fresh OP days, like in any hospital we will have fresh OP days. Then in fresh OP days only new cases will be taken, and then we will have follow-up OP days, uh, where follow-up cases are taken. So you will get some cases in that. You will get a reference for that, referred cases in that. And then next day, we will have review meetings with your consultant. So in review meetings you will be discussing some topics, you will be presenting something, and then you will have assessment classes, because you will get a lot of assessment to do in the first year. So you'll basically get classes on that. And then you will have case conferences in which they are basically presenting some cases. Some of the seniors will be presenting some cases, and that case is discussed. And then you will have a day for assessment. So this is, you won't remember all this. This will feel like a lot of things are happening, but all these things are happening in a week. So you do assessment or all. So unit work actually end by 3:30, but then after that you'll have outpatient appointments. So you will be getting cases to see in outpatient cases. So you'll have to get appointment for your therapy after 4:30. And then you will also sometimes have inpatients, people who are patient who are admitted here. You'll have to go see them also. So till like that only. And evenings also you will have academic classes. So basically you have academic classes 2 hours, or maybe 1 hour, and all the rest of the day you will be, from 9:30 to 3:30, or 9 to 3:30 you will be in the unit. And in between, other classes will be from the unit. Unit CP will be taking classes on other assessment and all. Then after 4:30, maybe you will have patient to see for therapy session. So yeah, usually you will give appointments at 4 to 8 for therapy. So it is like that only. So it won't be like every day you have a therapy case. In sometimes you will have sessions. You'll have session to give. That is weekly be like in events. Then obviously report part will be there. You have to document all these things. So that's all I know for now, because I also just started. Is that okay? It is a lot of information. For the first time I heard all this 1 week schedule from the our department consultant. I was like, what's happening? So once you uh, get through or got into this, you'll understand. It is not that hectic for beginning, and I don't know what will happen after few weeks. I don't know. I'm also just curious and waiting. Is that clear?
I hope yes.
Anything else? Yeah, it's like, don't think that. Okay, don't think too much about it. Just face it when it comes. So you are ready. If you are if you get through NIMHANS, then that means you are ready for it. So it's your choice. Just come and face it. Okay? Yeah. And if you couldn't, you could drop out from the course also. There are people who drop out the course. So you have that option also. Then there is some bond thing like agreement and all. You'll have to give some money back to the institute if you are dropping out of the course. Yeah. Yes. Anything else? Hiba?
Yeah. I hope Arwa has answered all your queries. If you have any, please make it fast.
Anything else you could ask? No problem. Yeah, Christina
Someone
Tinku has
has
raised
raised
hand.
her hand.
Thank you so much. Yeah,
Can you
thank you so much,
suggest
ma'am, for
the
joining.
consolidated material we can use for uh, net preparation, net or MPhil?
Can
The
you please?
consolidated material that you said can be. Can I know where we can get it from? Like, where can I find it? Where
Uh,
can I access it from?
I think Hiba, even Rufa has materials, right?
Yes,
Hiba?
we have.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Rufa has it. You could
Rupa
get it
has the
from them. So
materials and
yeah,
you can contact us anytime and we will help you.
yeah. Anything else? Anything you ask? Anything else to ask? Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thank. Any other questions? So
I
is
think
that
that
clear? Everything
that's
I said? Was it clear? If you want to repeat something, I could repeat. No problem. If you want to repeat something, I could
do
repeat. No
anyone have
problem.
any questions? Do anyone have any questions?
It's 8:44. Okay.
I think that's it.
Hiba, then I think we could
Yeah,
wind up. Yeah.
conclude the session. Yeah. That was quite an informative session, Arwa. I think it was helpful for many.
Thank you.
So, being
Okay.
part
Hi,
of many
Hari for me. Okay,
successful
Hari's
journeys,
friend is here. Okay. Who's that? Hari's friend say hi. Oh, Hari for me. Someone was saying. Who was that? Okay, Hiba, you proceed.
Many followers for you, right?
Arshad. Okay. Arshad. Okay. I'll say. You could proceed. You can proceed, Abhi.
It's nice that you have many followers and the session was very interactive
No, it's
actually.
for one of my friend. Okay. Okay. Yes, you
Okay
can
then.
proceed.
Thank you, Arwa, for joining with us and for this informative session also.
Thank you. Yeah, I hope I was informative, and if you have any
Yes,
other
you are.
queries, you could contact Rufa, and I could answer them. So yeah,
Thank you,
okay
Arwa.
then. It's a wind up, right? Yeah, thank you. It's a wind up then. Okay, bye.
Exactly.
Thank you all. Thank you.